I'm Katie Rammel with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. We start with the border. ABC15 learning that the Biden administration plans to end Title 42 coming up on May 23rd. And now we're learning Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema is going to hold a hearing on it. The program, which has been in effect since March of 2020, keeps asylum seekers in Mexico because of pandemic concerns over disease spread. Despite that, the senator on a recent visit to Yuma learned the city averages 1,000 border crossers a day. Sinema and fellow Arizona Senator Mark Kelly oppose ending Title I until there's a plan in place to deal with the migrants who are likely to come across the border in even greater numbers. The Homeland Security Secretary will review the plan during Sinema's hearing. The concern, even among immigrant rights groups, is that once the restriction ends, the border will be flooded with people seeking asylum.
I suspect there's going to be thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, who are going to be able to go and seek asylum, which is a legal process.
Last year, 1.7 million people sought asylum at the southern border. Many of those immigrants remain, though, on the Mexico side. One of the oldest school districts in the state forced to close more schools, listing a decrease in enrollment as one of the factors. The Glendale Elementary School District tells us the decision didn't happen overnight. They say it's been in discussion in the community for the last 4 to 5 years. Last year, they closed 2 elementary schools, but given this decrease in enrollment, they have to close Bicentennial North and repurpose 2 others.
Coyote Ridge is going to be the systems of care. And then we have Desert Garden. That's going to be the preschool.
The issues with affordable housing and competition from other schools contributed to the low enrollment. Adding these closures are part of a multi-year plan to keep the district financially solvent so they're not taken over by the state. A team of pretty clever students taking their smarts to the national stage. The Science Bowl team from Bases Peoria took home top honors at the regional competition, landing them a chance to take the very best at nationals in May. They compete on a semi-final first. If they land in the top 8, then the team heads out to D.C. in hopes of being named the 2022 National Championships. They tell us it's not only about how much you know, but how you work together.
It really is an exercise in teamwork. Like, knowledge is important, but it's just as important as working as a team together. And at regionals, we were like a well-oiled machine. We were checking each other, making sure we didn't get things wrong. And that's a wonderful experience. It really does help to build bonds between us.
Over the next month, they'll spend countless hours practicing. Many of them telling ABC15 they feel they've already won just by the fact they're now building lifelong friendships through all that work. Teams will receive at least $500, $3,000 for the first place, to use for their school's STEM activities. First told you about 32-year-old Martin Villalobos, who went missing in February. His family growing desperate as each day passed without a sign of him. He'd been riding his dirt bike on a trail near Tucson and he crashed into a hole. After waking up from a blackout, he knew he couldn't move. He'd injured his back. He had no way to ask for help. His phone was dead. So after staying in the hole for 4 days, no food, no water, he hears a man ask him about his bike. He knew it was his only chance to get help.
I'm literally going to die if you don't help me. And he left me a flashlight and he left it on. He said, I'll be back.
Well, that good Samaritan went to the nearby gas station, got help for him. Villalobos was rushed to the hospital where he spent many weeks recovering. He's now back home, determined to heal and to walk again.
You know how many times I heard doctors saying you're not going to walk no more? Like, kind of, this is going to be your wheelchair life, this and that. I'm like, you ain't going to tell me? You know, why? Just because you go off the book? Well, technically I shouldn't be alive for 4 days either, right?
Tracking your most accurate forecast now, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. We're expecting a warm first weekend of April across the valley, with temperatures starting off in the mid-60s tomorrow morning, climbing into the lower 80s by midday and reaching 87 degrees by the afternoon. So a toasty one for all the spring training games, not just for Saturday, but also for Sunday. Of course, the last weekend as well for the Arizona Renaissance Festival. And the Water for Change 5K in Scottsdale looking fantastic, with temperatures in the morning starting off in the 60s too. Elsewhere across state 48 today, temperatures will be, at least tomorrow anyway, a little bit warmer, with highs in the lower 60s in Flagstaff, Heber and Sholo, 70s in Payson and Globe, and 80s from the valley into the west. Now, as far as cloud cover, it'll be clear for your Saturday, but by Sunday we'll notice a little more cloud cover coming in from the west, but it does look dry, at least for the valley forecast. Up in the high country, there's a slight chance for a sprinkle or two late Sunday into Monday. Here's your 7-day forecast. We go in the mid-80s for a while. In fact, early next week looking breezy, but then turning hot beginning Tuesday onward with highs in the low to mid-90s.